Hi guys, Dorothy here. We are here today and we are working on our Springtime in Paris journal. And yesterday we worked on, doing some, let me find the one, let's see. Yesterday was junk mail, working on junk mail, so let me pull these out of the way here from the stuff we've made already. And we had our little adventure car we made. Yeah, a little flip. I love this. I love how this turned out. And of course we have our junk mail envelope that we're going to use. So today we are continuing on with our junk mail, and I know you guys can't see it, I have this whole pile of stuff over here. I did want to talk about covers a little bit. Normally I make my covers, that's something I always do, but I did find this and I thought it went along with this kit really well. So I'm going to use it. It is a book, and I will go through the process of how I do anyway when I'm tearing the text block out. So I'm going to use this, and it is just to give you a ballpark figure. Let me grab my ruler. It is about 1 1/4 inch spine, and the cover is 9.5 inches or 24 centimeters, and it is roughly 15 centimeters wide, or hold on just a second, almost roughly 6 inches wide. And the spine, like I said, is roughly 1 1/4 or about 3.5 centimeters. So this is what we're going to be using as our base for that, and we'll deal with that when we get there. But I did just want to show you, and I will tell you where I got this from. And I love that it's, just the plain color, and it's got just the writing on the spine. The Dollar Tree. The Dollar Tree has a ton of books that you can get that have like the dust covers over them. They're $1 a piece. So, I mean, if I'm using it for a cover, I'm going to cover it up anyway. I really don't want to use, a really old book cover or something like that, unless I'm using it explicitly for the cover itself. But just, if I'm going to decorate a cover, why not, honestly, for the $1, by the time you buy your chipboard, you cover it with your paper, you cover it and all that, you've got about that in here. And all I have to do here is basically decorate the front and worry about the spine. Well, you could buy any 2-inch ribbon and put on the spine. You can use fabric, anything like that. And this is some ribbon that I got. I believe I purchased this. It's got a string, and it is, that's gonna go all over the place, but I believe I found this at Michael's, like in the clearance bin. It's where I got it. But yeah, and I think I've seen it at almost the same thing at Walmart too. But yeah, so that covers the spine really well. Put some paper under there, decorate it, make it look beautiful. But I did want to show you that just so you knew where I was going cover wise, because people were asking. So yep, that works for me for the cover. So let me set that to the side. Okay, let's see, what else do we need to talk about? We need to talk about anything else. I will be doing a flip through of my new Kindred Spirits collection based off of the Anna Green Gables books in my Etsy store. Other than that, I think that's it. I'm going to try to get a live in somewhere between Friday and Sunday. I'm not sure when. I will make sure that I post in the Facebook group, and I will also make sure I paste on the community tab here. So if you go across, the top of when you log into your account on YouTube, and you go across the top, there's a community button. So if you click on that, it'll click post up. That'll be currently what's going on. There will be some announcements Monday. I will be posting the next journal that we're doing together. once we finish this one, and different announcements and stuff like that. So make sure you check out the community tab. So let's get with it. So today, junk mail wise, I've got this metal lid. When you buy cinnamon rolls, there's the little plastic container that has icing in it in the bottom now. This is the lid off of there, and I just washed it up and kept it because I thought it was pretty neat. And it is roughly 2 and let's see, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 2 and 9/8. No, sorry. 6/8, 9/16. And centimeters, it's roughly 6.5 centimeters. So we'll be dealing with that. This was when they send advertisements to try to get you to sign up for like credit cards, and they send the little information booklet that tells all the goofy stuff about their credit card. That's what that was. This was one full piece that had 6 panels. I chose to rip it in half and to have 3 panel inserts out of that. And we have this envelope, which is the big tall boy. It actually came this way with, I think it was Geico advertisement in it. And what I did is, instead of ripping it across the top like I normally do, I decided, since it was one big panel, that I would go through here because I want to make a really cool tall tag to go in there. I thought that would be something really cool to do, so we'll be making a tall tag for it later. But today we're just decorating the envelope itself. So let's get started. And again, we're using the kit from the Paris kit from Eclectic Paris. Well, wow. It's in the description box below. The exact name of it, I just went blank. Sorry, Steph. But this is what we're using for that. So I wanted to look cover-wise because it's just a tad. I mean, and when I say a tad, I mean just a tad bigger than a tag. So I think this one, let me fold it the way it's supposed to be folded. That goes in, that goes out. Okay. And I'm going to line this up, and I'm going to dog ear it, or just cut the little triangles off the corners here to match up with my tag. And you wouldn't have to draw that. You could just grab your scissors and do it, that's probably what I'll do anyway, but got stuff glued to the tips of my scissors. But if I slide, then that lets me know. So I can just chomp that off. Chomp that off. So now it matches our tag, and I need to straighten my tag up. Apparently when it's just a little crooked on there. That's just the way it works sometimes. And it's probably not completely straight now, but with doing the insert with it, I sort of want to make sure it measures up. So, yeah, see, there was a little bit of a difference there. And that's even still a little bit wibbly wobbly, but it's okay. We'll just go with it from there. I'm not cutting off anymore. Okay, so now we have that done. So we need to figure out what we want to do with our tag. I don't think I want to cover all of it up, so let me go ahead and ink it. Which I'm guessing I could have done before, and had it already done, I could have already had it. It's okay. I'm just going to hit the sides of it. I'm not doing anything major, just a light inking. And I love using junk mail. I know when I first started, that's all I used. I didn't use digital kits or anything. I used what I could find in books and all that. And then, you know, the digital kits are just so beautiful. So you start using those, and I think sometimes we get so into using the digital kit that we sort of, junk journals aren't junk journals anymore, they're digital kit journals. So I think we will do one where we, this year, where we do an all junk journal. So, and the one, well, I will be doing a tutorial. It won't be so much as a follow along with me. I'll actually be doing an ephemera, some ephemera tutorials, and well, it's one thing with doing 3 of them. It just goes on and on. Along with a journal that I'm doing a collaboration, and I'll be, you know, posting a video about all that when that goes on. And so we'll be doing like basically like a an ephemera build type tutorial series, I think is how I'm going to go with it. So I'm excited about doing that. And we'll build a bunch of ephemera and then 2 more. It just doesn't seem like it's ever going to end. But, you know, and then I probably will do, you know, my final, put it together. I don't know. I may do it like I normally do. But it'll be a little bit different. And then I will be, like I said, Monday, probably Monday, I think, I'll be putting the announcements out for what the next kit will be. I'm going to try, I know it doesn't seem like it, I'm going to try to have this one wound up and done by the end of April. So we can go into May. We will be, this coming week, watch in the Facebook group too, because we'll be putting some, there's going to be a swap for May going up in there. So if you're interested in doing swaps now that things are starting to settle down some as far as postage wise and all that, then I think we'll be okay with that. And so we'll be doing that. So we'll be reintroducing our swaps. So if you're interested in doing some swaps, make sure you come on over to the Facebook group and check that out. I actually like the way that is, even not decorated. It doesn't look bad. But I'm trying to decide if I think I want to, yeah, I do. I'm cutting this off across at the dotted line. There we go. I'm going to use this as a pocket on the front. Just need to trim some off the edge, but I think we'll be okay. Just a small bit, and then we'll re-ink it. Let me cut this side down a little bit. There we go. Okay. There we go. Okay. We got, oops, got that. So I'm going to put that across the, yep, that cut just about perfect. So let me go ahead and glue this down and at least get, no, you know what, I'm going to grab one of my solid backgrounds. And I think with that, I actually want to use this blue. Let me put some blue on there. I think will be pretty. And I'm not going to measure this. Oh, I'm not I'm not even going to use my ruler. I'm just going to freehand it. And it won't be exact, but I think I'm going to use the dark part at the top. I like when it has that sort of rough edge, like it's been when it's torn like that. I don't like all the little scraps of paper left over, but I like when you can use it all. But for whatever reason, my printer went, oh, I need to figure out. I think I will take that right there so we can tear this off about here. And that'll be hidden under our little pocket area there that we got. Let me ink this up real fast just to take the stark whiteness away from it. Just because this kit that Steph made is it has that very vintage feel vibe to it, sort of grungy vintage look to it. So let me find my page here I was using earlier, and I am going to just hit a couple spots through here just to sort of add a little grunge to it, just to make it not have that so much as its brand new look to it. And I would use my glue stick, but sometimes it doesn't stick, and it drives me crazy when you have to go back and re-glue everything over and over again. You know, when you go and you put the money, the effort, and the time that you do in journals, you don't want to have to go and repair it, you know, 3 months later because the glue stick decided it wasn't going to stick anymore or whatever. Although some glue sticks, I have found that the Elmer's, especially the purple ones, for whatever reason, I have really good luck with them. A little bit more so than the clear, and I know they're supposed to be the same thing, but I don't know if, like, I don't know. It just seems like it does better for me. I love that blue. Okay. Let's get our little pocket glued down here. And I'm going right along the edge because, I mean, I don't want to lose any more of it than what's already on there. So if I go along the edge, you know, then that'll glue that down. But still leave me plenty of room that I can slide some tags in there. Some little mini tags. Okay, and I only glued the 3 sides because I'm going to make it a pocket. So let me slide this down here, line it up. Voila! There we go. And then we have all these strips that come in this kit. I know people are always like, what do I do with all those little strips? Well, we're going to make little tags out of them. You see, that's a little Eiffel Tower. Where did I put my scissors? And I'm just going to randomly do these in different sizes. Like this one, there's a line here, so I'm just going to follow the line. It's like it was. So then we got 2 little tags there. And then, yeah, with the blue in the background, I think I'm going to use this, and I'll use the 2 pinks. So I have to sort of decide where, so I sort of decide in between the images where it looks like, you know. Yep, that'll work. And then I'm just going to slide this up here. I'm going to slide all these in here together and just cut all these at once because, you know, why make it difficult if you can make it easy? And then I'm just going to notch the top like we do for our little tags in the corners. Let me get all these little corners in the trash before, because they're so teeny tiny to use for anything. I mean, you could use them for something, but... And then I'm going to re-hit those 2 corners and the bottom where I cut to make sure it's... Because the last thing I want is, you know, a big stark white end sticking out. So I hope everybody is enjoying the Springtime in Paris journal. If you are, you know, drop a line, let me know. And that one's already done on the end. Okay, and then I want to vary these up. I don't want them to be like, you know, everything the same width. So, let's see. What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? Oh, you know what? I have, let me think what I did with them, because I have a full box of little things that I made ahead that I just had yesterday. I pulled them out to use. Oh, hold on. Let me grab them real fast. I was working on making a bunch of little different odds and ends, so let me see. I have some textbook things, some little multi-flags, and these are just random goofy little things that I've made. There's some bags, so let's pull those out and see what we can do with these. And I have another video that I made, and these I just took Mod Podge and I dropped, when I made my glue, I just got a small bowl or a container. Well, this, I actually got a canning jar, but and this needs shaking up because I haven't used it for a while, so it's all gunky, but it does mix up. It doesn't stay like that. And I just used Mod Podge and then put drops of my vintage photo re-inker in it and stirred it until I got the brown that I wanted. And I wanted sort of like this vintage brown like this because I thought it was pretty cool looking. So that's what I did with that. So I think this one, and this one we'll save and decorate on a different day. Not sure what's in here. Oh, that's just a folded piece of, like a text insert. So we'll keep that. I do need to glue this because it's worked its way loose over time. Oh, well, I may not have been. I think I glued it, but when I was gluing these, I was using the glue stick and didn't like how they were staying. Okay, so we've got some envelopes we can do. I'll actually use that one a little bit. And these are just, I used baking paper and literally, or parchment paper, and painted it with the Mod Podge with the vintage photo ink in it and let it dry. That's all that it is. So, and you know, and like I said, you just, I add it until it's a color that I like. And then this is a little small bag and then a little bit bigger bag. So I think we'll tuck the little bag in. Oh, let's tuck the little bag in there. Just is a little bit in there. And then we will do a couple of our little tags. So just put the little tags in there just to add a little something something that's a little taller so it could go to the back. Put this one over here since it's so tall to the back, and this in the front. So it's just a little bit build up. I am trying to keep it, this journal, somewhat not as thick as I normally make them because they're getting so thick that, you know, you can't, they're hard to keep what is the word I'm looking for? You know, just to keep everything in there and fit everything in. I'm gonna trim this up, and this is just a little scrap. Ink it up a bit. Then I'm gonna grab my Tim Holtz stapler here in a second. And if you don't have one of these are great. It's one of the little mini attachers, but you do not have to have that. If you go to any office supply store or anything like that, they have staplers that have the little, you know, like the mini staples in them. Any of those work. It doesn't have to just have a name on it, but I like this because the way that it's made is a lot easier for me to do than trying to push down because of my wrist. So I just put a little pull tab on there, nothing special, just then I have a couple of these. I actually went to my local Goodwill and they had several of the fabric books. Oh, that's upside down. Nope, it's not. And so I took the fabric books apart and I've been using those. So I pulled out some that I thought sort of went along with this kit. That I sort of liked. I sort of like this one because it sort of had, I don't know, it just sort of looked right. But I actually like this one a lot. But I think I'm going to use this one. And it, you know, they've got the paper backing where they were for show on there. So you can use those. So let me do that. So let's get inside and I'll come back and finish that. I know I'm all over the page today, you guys, and you guys are probably like, what? It's just been one of those days. I have this scrap paper, so I'm just going to grab my ruler and just sort of roughly tear. This I actually used for something else, but it sort of created a curve in there. So I'm going to put this on the edge here so I can use it as a side pocket. And again, ink around the sides. Try to keep up with what time it is so I don't take too long. I know it's fumbly today. I don't know what it is. I woke up this morning and it's just been one of those days. If you've ever had one of those days where you just, everything is fumbly, it's been one of those. I've been working on a lot of different things and I have to go through and print out all of my Kindred Spirit collection so I can do that flip through video today. Working on getting stuff ready for the weekend. And then I'm going to leave this sort of plain. I don't want to do too much. I'm just going to put a little tag on it. And let me pull out. I have some ribbon here that I thought went with it a lot. Really, really good. And I got this at Walmart, so, you know, it's not anything. No, maybe I didn't. I don't know. Don't ask me for sure. But it's just, it's got some really pretty. So I thought I would, you know what, let's. And sort of cut it like my little flags just to give it a little bit of something so it's not so plain. So just, you know, cutting that little edge out, little triangles out, adds a little bit of something to it. And so, I mean, that's not a lot, but it just gives it a nice hint. I may put a little bit of something. Ooh, you know, that would work. I have this, and this is, you guys are going to be like, what? And it's a dryer sheet. You know, like after you do your clothes and yeah, throw them in the dryer and throw your dryer sheet in. Let me find something else to use this on because I don't want to use, I'm going to just flip this over and I'll use the back of that. And I'm just going to take my ink and sort of go over my dryer sheet just to give it a little bit of, you know, so it's not so white. And the strings are going to go all crazy. And I've used, I know people use different things, but I've used straight dryer sheet, the new ones, you know, for like some background stuff. And I'm just going to rip this so it's all rough. I told you we're junking it up today. But I've used it to the new ones and, you know, worked them in as backgrounds or whatever in my journal, but they're out of the box when they still have their scent before you've washed and dried them and they don't smell anymore. And it works really great. You know, if you do it, you just need to be careful if you're selling your journals or if you're giving them to someone to make sure that they don't have an allergy, you know, or something, you know, a sensitivity to certain smells. I find the vanilla ones work really well because, you know, people cook with vanilla, you get that scent all the time. So it's more of a common smell, I guess, that people have. So I like using the vanilla ones. And the vanilla ones don't seem as strong as some of the florals are really, really strong. So I don't know if you have asthma or something like that and you have a sensitivity, it makes it a little hard. Okay, and then I'm going to come in, put a little glue on the back of this, just drop this on top, and it's just a little bit of something to, you know, add to it. I probably should have done this on the front and put the, but you know, it is what it is. And I'm just going to drop this down and it just adds a little bit of something to it. And then I've got this little piece and I'm just going to fold it. Drop a little tab on it. And this is one of the tabs that come in the kit. Just fold it in half. Like a little whale tail. You know, the whale tail punches, they're selling like mad now. You try to find one, they're like $90 or something. It's like, people pay a lot of money for that stuff. I'm like, there's some glue on there. So my full intent is to do the flip through of the Kindred Spirits today. I have to print it off. I thought I had it all printed off, and I come to find out some of it I hadn't printed off yet. And I know that somebody was asking about ephemera and stuff like that. I know there's some in there. I will be doing some more, and I will, as I do that, I will send it out to everybody if I add that, you know, bought it, if I add it to the kit, because it is a mega collection. So if I do any updates or whatever like that, I will send it out to you. So there's that, and that just sort of leaves a little tag. I could put a little color on there, I guess. A little pop of color. Little pop of color. I think I'll put it in there the way it is for right now. If I come back, I might come back and change it. So we'll add this. You're okay. Sorry, my son. So if you hear noise in the background, that's what that is. Then I'm just going to drop this in here. And I'm not even going to worry about those words. I'm going to leave that there because if you use a dark pen, you can journal right across that. And see, just that little bit adds something. I'm thinking about doing one of these rub-ons. Oh, you know what? I've got the stickers. Let me pull one of the stickers out. Oh, the little thing would be cute in there. That would be really cute on there. Maybe put, yep, I'll do that. Let me ink this up. And that way we'll have sort of the same colors throughout. I keep flipping that over today. I don't know why. Told you it's one of those days. So we'll glue this down, and then that little lamp post will look really cute on there. Maybe I'll put a little flag on there. And then see, that'll leave you up here to journal on. Trying to decide if I wanted to put that on there or not. Oh, let's go for it. And like I said, I'm not adding a lot of 3D embellishments to this because I'm trying to, you know, I want to make sure it can still fold when we get done. But at the same time, you don't want it. So let's see, do I want to put the little lamp post there? I think that would look really cute. There's a little bicycle, it's cute too. Or I could just put the top hat. No, I think I like the little lamppost. Let me put the little lamppost on there. And these are super, super sticky. I don't know why they seem like they're so sticky, but yeah. So there we go with that, but I'm actually going to change the way this folds and fold it. Instead of folding it the way it came, I'm actually going to fold it like this. So we need to work with the back here. So let's see. This is going to be my back, so it's going to be on the inside. So I think with this being on the inside, I'm going to cover this with my coffee dyed paper and just leave journaling room in there. So I'm not even trying to be even about this. I sort of like it when it's just eyeballing it. And then I'm going to hold this and tear a little strip off of this so I have it to go with the other side. There we go. So, grab my ink. And again, I'm not doing it super heavy, just trying to cover up those sides where I ripped them so they sort of match the and if I have to, you know, rip it and even it up a little bit, then that's fine. You know, make it smaller. And again, you know, you can do so much with this. Little ribbons, you know, whatever you want to add to it. Okay, so this one I think is actually a little big. No, I guess it does fit. Nope, I'm going to rip it all down a little bit more, just a tad. Let me see if I can actually get this to rip down. We'll see. There we go. Sometimes they grab them and they go, and sometimes they don't. And I always like sort of leaving a little bit of the background on there because I think it just sort of adds when, you know, you sort of see where it's been repurposed. And again, like I said, I'm not worried about it being even. I'm just putting it on there so I have a little bit of journaling room in there. And this will be on the inside, so instead of decorating it, I'll leave it so. Oops. There we go. So leave our journaling spots to the inside. But I can come back and use a couple of these little rub-ons. Like there's some buttons and stuff like that. So we pull these out. And I can use those and that'll keep, you know, keep it from being three-dimensional. Well, if I can get it out. It's not wanting to come out. There it went. Well, I was having such a time. I think I'll use, well, use this triangle here because that's sort of cool looking. Let me cut it out. And I just keep trimming off there as I use them. And then I think, since I'll do this little thing that says photographs over here. Try to cut it out here. Some of these little tiny, well, these are actually Tim Holtz, but it's really weird because I found a pair almost identical to them that even had the really cool little handles that make it easier for your hands at Harbor Freight Tools if you have one of those in your area. Okay, so let me slide these over here. Slide these back in my package. The stickers don't bother me too bad, but rub-ons, if you don't put them back in the package, they tend to like end up a mess. Oh, they'll last a long time because I had some rub-ons that are like, 25 plus years old that were still working great. Which I was sort of surprised that they even worked. Find my put this one up here. And again, I probably over rub, but let's pull this off and check on it. See if it's, let me get this little corner real good. Just a little teeny tiny piece of the corner, it don't want to come off. Oh. And if you pull up and you notice some of it's not coming off, just rub it some more. There we go. I like how that looks. And then the little photograph thing I'll put on this end. This might be a little harder to do because I have the other stuff that I glued on the front. So I'm going to have to play with it a little bit. Oh, wow. It helps if you take the backing off. Woohoo, buddy. That might have made a little bit of a difference, do you think? And I stuck it to my finger. That's okay. I was like, sitting there going, really? That's really weird. It usually does a little bit better than that. Then I realized I had the back on it still. to make sure I get this part down here where all that stuff's on the front, because it just a little bit more. So there we go. So there's that. Then let me grab my little string I was gonna use. Some baker's twine here. It's untwisting up there at the end, which is okay. Then I'm gonna grab this. I'm just gonna punch a hole here. Let me see what I did with them, because I pulled them out. Now I have to remember what I did with them. I told you guys it's one of these mornings. Give me a second. Well, I can't find them again. Sheesh. That's what I get for trying to be ready and pull stuff out to have it ready, and then okay, well, I can't find it again. So I'll go back and put those in when I get them all I'm going to put hole reinforcers on there. And then what I'm going to do is this is going to be here. Nope, I don't like that. I'll put hole reinforcers on there, and then I'll put ribbons on it, I guess. I don't like the way that looked with what I was going to do. Oh, you know what? That would look perfect. I have this sort of it's really old. But it's, you can tell it's old. It's like, but it's ribbon. That would look really cute. It's almost like shredded because it's that old, which will work great because I sort of like stuff having that look. But I'll put my little tabs on there. And that sort of goes with the pink and the blue. And then I'll put one in the back too. On the back side. And then the ones in the middle I'm not too worried about. But technically you could put them in every one of them. It'd look sort of cool. I got quite a bit of this. Apparently I need to use it up. That's the whole reinforcer. I want to be careful because I don't want to rip that out. But yeah, so I will go back in and put those in, but there's that side. And then we have that side. So lots of little bitty going in there. I'll put this ribbon over there in my basket with my stuff. So I can fix that. Okay, so next we have this. And my thoughts are, I have this left over from yesterday. I have some of these bigger tags, like this one I think is absolutely gorgeous. So let me find the other page that I was looking for, because it's got that same yellow. That's what I was looking for. Give me a second. There it is. So my thoughts were a rough edge at the top, that I would put this on here sort of like a ribbon. I'll go ahead and tie this across the bottom. Let's go ahead and ink it up. And we may only get 2 done today. The other ones may have to go on the next one because I don't want to go too long. And this is just that encyclopedia page that I had left over when I did the snippet bits. So it's just, I glued 2 pieces of paper together, so it would be a little thicker. But yeah, that's all that is. There we go. I don't want this upside down. So it's going to go about right there. And I want my tags were centered in my window. So my tag about right there. I am going to punch my hole out here. It's not exactly a round hole, but hey, it works. And let me grab my ribbon here that I was going to use. I'm actually going to use 2 different ribbons. I'm going to use the white, and then I had this. I've had it for quite a while. It's just organza ribbon from like Walmart. But I've had it, so I figured I need to break it out and use it. I'm going to go ahead and cut this. And yeah, I know that's a long amount, but I can use the scraps, so that's not a problem. In there, slide them through the bag. Tighten it up here. There we go. So again, glue this down right on here. I'm actually going to glue onto the and it doesn't need a lot, just enough to sort of hold it in spot where it's at. I think we'll do right about there. Okay, so for the inside, where's my roller? Flip this over like this, and I'm just going to sort of tear along the edge here. It was crooked, but I did tear it. Put this up here. Put my lid on while I can find it, because if I don't, I will lose it. And I'm just going to estimate, you know, about how big I need this to be. So, move this over some more so it falls within. That should be about right, I think. That. Then cut the top. There's just a slight bit under. Okay. Then I'm just going to run. I'm not going to put any glue on the bottom, on the very bottom along here, because that's the part that always sticks. And once you get the bottom in there, it usually does fine. So I go right like that. I'm going to pop my envelope open. This over. Pick it up and flip it around. I don't have to worry about inking because it's going inside the envelope. And I'm going to slide it right down in there, which will never work that way again, just so everybody knows. Grab my, burnish it down real good. So there's the back side of my pocket, which I love how that turned out. So now I need to do the front. So, and I'm just going to do like I sort of did when we did our snippet roll. You just fill it in with whatever you can find. I was going to use that, but that's too small of a piece. So let me, you know what, since that's back there, we won't use that. Let's have some coffee dyed paper here. I have this. Let me tear some of this, but I want the part that has the writing. And again, I'm just gonna, you know, try to fill that area up. So and I had some music sheet. Let me get over here and find. There's some random book page that doesn't match. I thought I had some music sheet. I'm pretty sure I pulled some out. Oh, yep. And I have some book pages that are in French. So I have a little bit of different stuff. I'm just going to glue right on there since I'm scrapping it anyway. And again, I can trim it up when I'm done, so I'm not worried about that. And that. Let's put a little color on. Let's see what we have here. I have this. This has got some yellow in it, which will pull. Let me sort of neat looking. Not a lot, because I just need to cover that little end up. Tear this just a little edge out. Make sure I don't glue my envelope down. Let me pull this up. Put a little glue on there. Hopefully I'm not working off where you guys can't see. I'm just going to put that there and cut off the excess. That's enough that it covers that little spot down there. Now I'm going to grab my ink and just ink this little part up just a tad bit, just because it's so bright white. Then I got my vintage music sheets, and these are just like some gospel music sheets, so it's not like anything, just like hymnal sheets. So sure enough, somebody will be like, well, what was that? And I'm just going to use this flat side and go ahead and use it to measure up. Makes it a little easier. Tuck that glue under there. There we go. And I'm not going to care if it's sort of, you know, uneven out here, because I think that sort of adds a little bit to it. I got this little piece of coffee dyed paper. I'm just going to stick it here. And then I'm going to use this to, you know, glue straight down on the page, so we'll be good there. And then I've got this page. I'm going to tear some off of here, because I love the way that looks, but I better use Fabri-Tac on it because it doesn't sometimes want to stick. With the regular glue anyway. And I'm just sort of going to go out a little bit. Maybe not that much. Let me slide it over a little bit more. A little bit closer to the edge. I want to block it all. I'm going to go ahead and cut that off because it's really big. Set it to the side. Just be careful when you do that, that you do not cut your envelope up, which I've done before, so. Okay. Move all this to the side. Let me see what else we have. I think we'll do another piece of music up there because I think that'd be sort of cool how it all links into each other. Okay. Okay, that is that. I want to do a little piece of this because I think the yellow would come in, would just add a different layer to it. I like that. I think I actually put it over here maybe like that. Since I have the blue on the other side to sort of counterbalance the color on the page. I don't know, I sort of liked it on the other side, I think. I don't know, I'll see here in a second. Yeah, I think I like it over here, actually. With that music shining through. Okay. Then, somewhere, if I can find it. Was this cute little picture frame. And what I'm going to do is glue it on 3 sides. So you can slide a little picture in behind it. But I think I want to raise it up first. So I'm going to grab some scrap paper that I have. You know, whatever kind. It doesn't really make a difference. Let me... Well, I don't know. Maybe I won't. You know what? Let's... Trying to find a paper that I like. Oh, this blue will be okay. Well, you know what? Let's look. We got a couple. I made multiple tags, so. I'm going to glue it on to my tag and then trim the... I'm only going to remember, I'm only going to glue right along the side, along the bottom of the other side, because I want to leave it open so I can use it for a frame. But the other tag is just going to be my back, or my backing. Make sure I line it up here. Try to line it up with this edge over here. And I'm just going to trim around here. Right like that. I'm sorry this is taking so long today, guys. I knew the 3-paneled one would take a while because, you know, it's so many different sides to it, because I mean that's 6 sides, but the fact I woke up today with my head screwed on backwards probably didn't help. Then I'm going to go through and ring ink just in case I nipped any of those edges. Then I'm going to go ahead and just glue around the sides to this. And I'll show you in a minute why. So just if you want a secret hidden compartment, it's there. So, I mean, there's a lot of things you can do to add so you have the very back pocket, and then if you open this up, this slides into where the frame is. So I'll print out a little one of my little ephemera pictures and slide in there with a little tab to let you know that you can pull it out. And then where did I do with my tag, which has the back that you can embellish on, you can journal on. Open it up. My tag slides right in there. And of course this sticks out so you can pull But then you can see the tag in the background. Or you can slide, you know, whatever little, you know, thing you want to put in there. If you just want to put paper in there, you know, where you've drawn a picture or whatever. So, I got my desk a mess right now. So, we have our little trifold. And we have our pocket. So, thanks for tuning in today. I appreciate it. Again, we'll be back with another video on our springtime in Paris. Have a great day, and